Hey guys, it is Tuesday, January 20th, 2026, and I'm back with some free VST plugins to help you with your musical adventures and endeavors. All right, let's jump right into it. We have about 3 plugins to look at for today. So the free VST plugins for today are as follows. So first up here, we have Sequence Effects. This is from Saike. So what I've been noticing recently, just with research and stuff, is I don't think the developer Saike is currently developing anymore. I think the project got left, but it was open source. So this developer, with their limited knowledge and skill, took it up, and they've been maintaining it for the most part. So this is, hopefully I'm pronouncing this correct, Joep Vanlier, I should say. That's the last time I'm gonna say that. So this developer has been updating the Saike plugins. So we're gonna be looking at this specific one from Saike today, and it's Sequence Effects. Next up, from Yuri Semenov, he released a new plugin, I think yesterday, called Phantasm. And we're going to be looking at the JSFX plugin, and it'll make more sense later when I talk about it. So let's look at the download links real quickly. This is going to take you directly to where you can download this JSFX plugin, all the various flavors for Linux, Mac, and Windows. So, next up, like always with Yuri Semenov's plugins, the download link I provide you will take you to this YouTube video where he is showcasing the plugin. There's music playing, there is no talking, and he's clicking buttons, turning knobs, and basically showcasing what the plugin does. The link for the plugin is always going to be in the description of the video, so you just come to the description, click more, and then come down here, and the download links will be there for Mac and Windows. And if you want to translate this based on how your browser works, you can utilize the translate feature to see what's being said about the plugin, the information about the plugin. But I also have that in the blog post here. And lastly, the download link for Sequence Effects is going to take you directly to download the complete Saike bundle. And then I also created a link for the info page for that bundle. So you see that here. And you get a lot more detail about the effects and how to install it. So these effects are not VST effects, they are JSFX, which is the native plugin format for Reaper. but there's also a way to load them in your DAW if you don't use Reaper and you're more VST effect based. And that's what JSFX is for, and we'll go through that in this video. So let's now jump over to the DAW. I got something I'm working on here for this week. Right now I just have the basic chords, very, very basic, and a couple of layers supporting the chords. And so listen to that real quick, and then we'll go through the plugins. All right, so very, very basic right now. So first, let's take a look at sequence effects. So it's a very, very simple concept. Let's solo this and open that plugin. So this has a very familiar look to it. It is basically, there's a plugin called Glitch. I think it's called Glitch. And it's pretty much the same concept. So right over here on the left side of the plugin, we have a lot of different effects that you can activate. So we have record sample, play sample, reset. We have slow down, tape stop, retrigger, reverse, pitch shifter, degrade, filter, which I'm using right now, volume envelope, reverb, pitch delay, modulation effect, filter 2, delay, chorus, frequency shifter, and then there's a modulator A and modulator B section. So down here reveals all the controls for whatever effect parameter you have selected over here on the left hand side. So right now we have filter selected, so we have all the controls for the filter over here. There's a lot going on. There's different types of filters over here, lots of different types of filters over here. And then you have all the controls to affect those. But then once you set up the effect the way you want it to be, as far as the settings are designed to the way you want it to be, up here now we can apply the effects across a sequencer. So for those of you who are familiar with the Glitch plugin, and I think there's another, I'm sure there's other plugins that are similar to this. It's the same concept, but this is a free one, and it has the native JSFX plugin for the Reaper DAW system. And then there's a way to actually utilize this as a VST, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So pretty straightforward. I don't want to spend too much time on this. You can get into it. It is resizable. And you just play with the effects. You can activate and deactivate different plugins, and then click in the box to sequence. So let's say if I turn this off, that's what the synth originally sounded like. And if I did something like tape stop, turn on tape stop, and let's say I left click and drag, so we're gonna get a tape stop sound. If you right click and drag, that will get rid of whatever you did. If you just click in one of these sequence boxes, it's just gonna have it for those little instances. For something like this, you would probably want to drag it across. And of course, when we have the tape stop selected, all of the controls down here are different. And you can tweak all the different controls. This is the tape stop envelope path. You can change all that to get the desired tape stop effect that you want. And like I said, to remove it, you can just right click in that area or right click and drag to remove what you input. So left click to input, right click to remove the input on the sequencer. So that's pretty much it, guys. Check that out and play around with it. It's a very cool effect to really take your sound to another level, add more movement, add more interest to it. So I used it in this instance for something more rhythmic and a little bit of texture to the sound. All right, so next up, let's look at Phantasm. So I put it on this sound here. So this one, let's turn it on. It is a saturation effect. So it has saturation and toning capabilities. So after you add your saturation, you dial it in, you're gonna get a little response here. And we can now tone shape. So we have a brightness knob, clarity, we have density, and then you have the frequency range right here of where you want to add the density, the clarity. So you move this little button here to change that frequency range. And same thing here with the brightness. And then these buttons here are to mute or solo, density. Same thing over here for clarity, and same thing for brightness. So you can just solo it and listen to that part. Very faint. So you can change your frequency range to see how you're affecting that frequency range with brightness from the plugin. Same thing with clarity. And over here we have an output knob if you want to gain match. Then down here we have a little bit of tone EQ or highs, lows, mid. And then we have a flux button here that'll give you subtle volume variations. Let's give it a little bit more non-linearity. This turns the clipper on and off. And then we have flow, which is gonna add a bit of movement, vibration of harmonics in the low end. And then they have a plus 3 dB button here for the 50 hertz range. And then as usual, so one thing I forgot is right here we have mono buttons for the different areas. So density, clarity, and brightness. You can make them mono, which is just gonna help give the sound a different feel because you're kind of changing up the different frequency and character bands in the stereo field. Some might be stereo, some might be mono based on how you design it with these buttons here and these sections: density, clarity, and brightness. And presets are down here as usual. We have oversampling as usual, all the way up to 32x. And as usual with Yuri's plugins, we have the color panel where you can tweak the color of the interface, color, texture, buttons, all that stuff. And these screws actually change the knobs. So I don't know if you guys saw that, but these knobs right here are changed by these screws at the bottom. So another good one from Yuri, very smooth sound, subtle but effective. Definitely check that out if you want some analog saturation vibes on your sound. So last up, we're looking at the JSFX. That's what you would use if you're in another DAW other than Reaper and you want to utilize the Saike effect that I looked at and any other Saike JSFX plugin. So this is JSFX. You would hit load, and then after you downloaded the JFX plugins, you put it in a specific folder, browse to that folder. So for me, I have the Saike plugins here, and the sequence effects is right here. Browse to that folder in the Saike folder that we downloaded with the JSFX, and it's right here, sequence effects, JSFX. So once I double click on that, it's gonna load. So now I have it loaded. So if you were in a DAW that does not support JSFX, there's only Reaper that I know of that supports JSFX, you would use JSFX to load that JSFX plugin that I showed you, and any other one in that Saike bundle, you would load them here. So check out that link on the blog page, Saike bundle, that link, and if you scroll, you'll notice there are a bunch of plugins here available from Saike. So all these would be available with that zip that you download. It's a lot of interesting plugins here. Here is the sequence effect that we looked at, and they also have a arpeggiator that has a similar look, but it's an arpeggiator. Drum machine, a lot going on. So check those out, guys, and see how that works out for you. But that's pretty much it for the video. Definitely jump back on tomorrow. I'll be on live stream presenting you guys with more free plugins. I'll have that arrangement more fleshed out so we can hear the progress on that, and definitely we'll look at some more free VST plugins. So also check the link in the description for my video series on PC specs and how it relates to music production. If you're looking to understand how your DAW works along with your computer and its internal parts to help give you a smooth performance and experience with your DAW, definitely check that out. If you're having issues with your audio cutting in and out, it's stuttering, you're having latency issues, there's clicking, there's popping when you're trying to work on music or record, you're getting a lot of static, just weird things happening, unpredictable, unstable DAW behavior, it's freezing a lot, it's crashing a lot. That series will help you understand why that may be happening and how to fix it and what to do to avoid that in the future. So check that series out. Also, there is a link in the description for a growing playlist for these videos that I do multiple times a week, providing you guys with free VST plugins, 100% free plugins, guys. I always bring you free plugins that are provided from the developer, 100% free, all the time free, not free for a limited time, not free for 48 hours, not free till the end of the month, not free if you buy $30 worth of something, just always free all the time. So definitely check out that video if you are looking for more free VST plugins, 100% free. Also, there is a link in the description for my video series that I did in 2025 called 52 Weeks of Reaper, where every week for 52 weeks I released a video focusing on a key feature in Reaper. Definitely check out that series if you're looking to find out more about Reaper. If you're interested in Reaper, that series was designed to showcase how flexible it is and how feature rich it is, and also how well supported Reaper is by the developers and the community. So definitely check out that series. Lastly, there is a link in the description for a new series that I started this year called Reaper Power-Ups, where I bring you guys Reaper hacks, tricks, and tips to help speed up your Reaper workflow. So definitely check out that series that I just started. We have, I think, 3 weeks. So 3 videos are up there. Those release every Saturday. This Saturday will be episode 4. So that'll just be an ongoing thing, releasing every Saturday, just giving you more Reaper power-ups. All right, guys, definitely check back tomorrow for another live stream for some more free VST plugins. Thanks for watching, and as always, you'll see me in the next video.